we're getting into my top 10 favorite pieces of gear from 2024. This is going to make all of your adventures in 2025 so much easier. Stick around for number 10 because that is my MVP. First thing that we have on the list is this Hydra Pack Flux. This is an Amazon purchase that I got because I was so sick and tired of using camelbacks in the winter. You'd put them in your pack, the line would typically freeze even if you're blowing water back into the line. It would just be so cold. So I moved to this Hydra Pack series. And what's nice about this is that it's a 1.5 liter capacity. So a lot of the things that I was looking at or otherwise would bring would be 1 liter. And that's just simply not enough when you're on a winter adventure. 1.5 seems to be really good for me. What's awesome about this too is that one, it'll fill up with capacity once you have the water in there. But when you're done with it, you just squeeze out the air and then you can fold it up and it will be around this big in your pack, which allows you to put more stuff in there. And that's particularly important if you're doing winter hikes because you know you're carrying a lot of extra gear there. So this helps you make room, and in my opinion is a lot better than using something like an Nalgene bottle. Not only is this only 1 liter, but it's also very bulky. Next we have the Tillich camp hat. That's what I'm wearing right now. This is my go-to hat when the temperatures start getting a lot colder. I talked about a Mission Racer hat with my gear list from last year, and that's what I really love wearing because it's lightweight in the summer. But with this hat in particular, it's really cheap. Again, it's off of Amazon. It's that nice 5-panel hat. And again, this thing can fold up super easy if you're in the winter, you're ski touring or something like that, you're hiking, and you need to put a helmet on. You can bunch this all up and you can put it straight into your pack. It's gonna retain its form every single time. Super comfy. Next, we have the shoe that I've been wearing this year, which is the Topo Mountain Racer 3. Now, this shoe has been great for me. I have about 250 or so miles on it. And really the only wear pattern that I have after that long is a little piece on the left side here where it has been wearing on. But otherwise, these have been good shoes. And for a full review, you can look at this video here. What I really like about these shoes is that they have tremendous grip on the bottom. That's something I was concerned with when I was wearing my Ultra Timps. And these are just a lot more durable as well. What I'll probably move to next year is the 0 drop platform. So I'll probably rock the 5 mil drop in this, but then I'll probably have a 0 drop shoe as well from Topo. I've taken these off-trail hunting. I did the Wonderland Trail in these. Pretty dang good shoe. It's been durable for me. Next is actually an outdoor app. So this is called Mountain Tough. And I was referred to this by a buddy that really enjoyed doing the workouts on here. I got a free trial from him, tried it out, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely not switching. I have been doing my own fitness and mountain workouts basically my entire life. For me, where I'm trying to do more maintaining and smaller, more sustainable progressions, this Mountain Tough fitness program has been great. I'm even getting my girlfriend on board with it. She loves doing it with me, and it's really good for you and your partner. You can choose through the app how difficult you want to make the workouts. It can be pre-season, during season, post-season. It's great to not have to think about what workout do I need to do that's going to be specific for me in the mountains. They already have it programmed for you. They've been doing this for many iterations of this. And not only do they have specific workouts for the season that you're in, but they also have mobility and prehab and rehab strengthening workouts too. And these are really critical because a lot of people forget about doing these, and that's where you're going to get hurt in the mountains. And so I've been supplementing those in with just the regular programming, and it's been working out great for me. I just picked up the annual subscription for it. And if you guys want a free trial of it, I have a link down below that you can click in the description. It'll give you a free 30 days. Okay, next up is this Hike Crew stove and griddle. Now, full disclosure, I have not actually used this yet, but here's why I think this is going to be great. Fine, get out of the way. First, it's got windscreens. I used to have a griddle and it didn't have these windscreens, and that really sucked. It just didn't give the gas as much power. So the second thing is that not only does it have a griddle here that you can put vegetables on or make pancakes on or whatever, but it also has a stove burner. So now you can percolate coffee You can make stuff in a bowl. So it's very multi-purpose. The one that I had before, like I said, was only a griddle, so I couldn't do any of this stuff here on the side. This has a lot of great reviews, so I feel confident in recommending it as a really good piece of gear. You guys are just basically getting a tour of my house at this point, but some of this stuff is in storage. This is a Kasori dehydrator. What I'm gonna start doing now is dehydrating my own food, and this is the ticket for it. You could probably dehydrate your own food in an oven, but what this is great is you could just set it and forget it, and everything is perfect temperature. I have made my own antelope jerky out of this, and it came out way better than I actually thought it would ever be. Got a bunch of jerky from it, and then the dog ate most of it. So don't leave it on the counter. This is pretty much dummy proof. It comes with a little cookbook here of things that you can make with it. One of my big winter activities this year is going to be to make all of my food for the trails next year, to make sure that it's super healthy. I know the ingredients that I'm putting into it, and it's hopefully going to be the right amount of fuel that I need, but also the right amount of nutrients. The more comfortable you are on the trail and the better that you're eating, the longer you're going to stay out there. Next up is this 2.5 gallon water cube. This is great for car camping because I feel like 2.5 gallons of water is adequate enough to get you through a few days of car camping. Or if you're just going for a day or two, it gives you a lot of extra wiggle room with the amount of water you're bringing. Why I like this is after you're done with the water, it can go down to a size this small. So this is my other one that I haven't used yet. This is how small it actually gets too. You can actually fold it up like that. So again, when you're car camping or you're doing a lot of these activities, you want to be able to have ample space. And so things that are bulky don't really do well. I used to have a big 5-gallon drum that I would haul around, but even if you were out of water, you could never bring it down to something like this. And room car camping is at a premium, so that's why I like it. The other thing is, this thing is strong as heck. How I like to show this is you can just go boom like this on the cement or whatever, and it just always holds its shape and never gets a hole in it. Next, we have this carbon tripod right here. This is a little bit heavy, but I have taken this on the Wonderland Trail and the Uinta Highline Trail with no problem, and I'm taking my big camera with it too. But why I like this is because it's actually sturdy. A lot of the selfie sticks or a lot of the tripods that you buy from Amazon are fine, except they're gonna probably blow away in the wind. And then your phone or your camera's on top of it, boom, it hits the ground. That's happened to me more than a few times.
Okay, first of all, I just dropped my camera on a rock and it still works. And I had an error. That was scary.
This is really stable. The other thing I really like about this is how far the legs extend to get you a higher shot. If you have ever tried to set your camera on a tripod or whatever and you're in the wilderness, you oftentimes know that your shots can be too low. And it really looks weird. You can't get a great composition. This allows you to actually get quite a bit more altitude so that you can really get a good composition into your photo or your video. It's been definitely worth it for me and something I'm gonna keep carrying. Just fits right into the side pocket of your backpack and you're good to go. Next up, we have my Suunto watch. Now, I did a longer review on this and I can leave that up here as well. But a couple of things that I love about this watch is the fact that, number one, it's solar charging. So the longer you're outside and in the sun, the more it charges and the longer it's gonna last. This can last up to 1 year on standby. So incredible. You also can download offline maps. So it doesn't matter if I'm online, offline, whatever. I can always pull those up wherever I'm at and I can see where I'm at with topo lines. It's also super lightweight. This is a 48 millimeter. My last one was a 52. That one was a hog, which was a decent watch, but I feel like I could have wielded it as a weapon. This is much lighter on my wrist and it's got a fast GPS hookup. And the other really cool thing about Suunto is you can create your own custom sport modes. So for instance, for me, I did a hunting sport mode where I can go in there and through the app, I can actually put in what I want to track and what shows up on each watch face. Super critical for people wanting specific data when they're doing a specific sport. So I said I was gonna give you an MVP. I actually have two as an MVP. Number one is this trekking pole quiver. If you have seen any documentaries of ultra runners in Europe specifically, a lot of them will be rocking these quivers on the back of their running vests, and it's for a good reason. When I ran rim to rim this spring, I was storing my trekking poles in the back of my pack, but however, it was super uncomfortable because they kept hitting my back. and rubbing against it. I hated it. So right after it, I got one of these quivers, and this has been a game changer for me because it's so easy to throw your poles in there and then take them out. And this is really critical, especially if you're doing a lot of scrambling on your hikes. This is really good for the Colorado 14ers. You don't even know that it's on your pack, but love it. Actually, from the same company, and I can't believe I didn't include this in last year's video, is this Salomon XA filter. This is great because of a couple things. Again, when you are out and you're trying to do something fast and light, like a Colorado 14er, or you're going on a long ultra run or a trail run or something like that, one of the most time consuming things is filtering water. So either you won't bring enough water because you don't want to carry the water, or you'll bring a filter and then you're going to be wasting time with that. This takes care of it because it's so lightning fast. So when you want to filter with this, you'll use this same soft flask, but as you notice, it's got a handle right here. This makes it super easy to get down into a body of water or a stream and scoop your water. So super fast. So boom, you scoop the water here, and then you just insert this filter, screw it on, and now you're just drinking straight from that filter. This is a big ask, but if you found value in this video, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. 97% of the people that watched my last video were not subscribed, so that would be great if you could do that. I appreciate you guys, and here's a video that I think you're gonna like next.